Yo, guys, hola, ¿cómo estás? Today we have a come on, this is a very special episode. This is the first time we're going to have African American and Afro Colombian link up. I got my girl Andrea today that we're going to talk to, and we're going to just ask her certain questions about how it was to be Afro Colombian and, you know, make the connection between African Americans and Afro Colombians, me being African American, to ask one of my Afro Colombian sisters, right? My Afro people of South America and Central America. I think a lot of times in certain parts of the world, you guys don't really know how they are, if they exist, who they are, how they talk, what's their culture there. So today, guys, we have an exciting interview today, and my homegirl, Andrea, she's going to join us today, and let's get right into it. So Andrea, can you say hello to all the viewers in Spanish, then English?
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Andra. Hi guys, my name is Sandra.
I definitely have to brush up on my Spanish. Mine's not that good. But could you tell them how it was to grow up as a Afro-Colombian and, you know, how it was to be an African person in Colombia? Could you tell me and tell the viewers how it was to grow up Afro-Colombian?
I was born in Colombia, in a city named Buenaventura. It's a city that is located on the Pacific region of the country. We are surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, so the weather and the people and everything is really fine. Like, it's pretty much fun, tropical weather, the beaches are pretty nice. My childhood and everything was perfect there. 85% of the population in my city is Afro-descendant, and the rest of the people is mestizo, which is the mixture between native Colombians and Europeans, Spanish people. After I finished my high school, I moved to the closest city, which is Santiago de Cali. I went there for my college. I studied graphic design, and being there, I started being more aware of my heritage and being, you know, an Afro-Colombian. Why? Because in Cali, that's how we call it. We don't call it Santiago de Cali. A lot of the percentage and the people, the population is mestizo, you know. So the minorities are the Afro-descendants. And I was in a college where I was just one of the 20 Afro-descendants in the entire college. So obviously, you can see the difference. And I have to start dealing with like stereotypes, like absurd questions, and like, you know, uncomfortable moments over there. I always was able to handle it pretty good, but sometimes it was really hard.
That is definitely amazing. I'm so glad you shared that with us. Now, could you also tell us a little bit about the Afro-Colombian traditions? I think a lot of people might not know so much about Afro-Colombian traditions. Me being sort of kind of one of them. There's a lot of people of African descent throughout South America, Central America, and I had other Afro-Colombian friends before, but I only met them in passing and only hanged out with them one or two times when I was in different states, not necessarily here, even though there are some Afro-Colombian friends that I know, but I don't hang out with them as much. I know them through other people. So could you tell them the traditions?
So one of the traditions that Afro-Colombian people have is during the Christmas time. The Christmas day, the people in the village sing these songs called arrullos for the baby Jesus. They are like bedtime songs, and people play them with 3 instruments created by Afro-Colombian people. These 3 instruments are, the first one is called bombo. It's like a drum. It's made with wood and in the skin of an animal, pretty much cows. The second one is the guasa. It's like a large tool made out of wood, and inside has these seeds that when you move them, they have the sound of the water going in the river. It's really beautiful. And the third one is called marimba. It's like a xylophone. It's made out of wood too, and people play the music with this. It's beautiful. The sounds of this 3 instrument is really nice. Another tradition is the balsada. The balsada is like when people goes in this canoe They have the instruments, they play the arrullos, they have candles. This happens in early morning, like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. And they have a Holy Virgin where they sing for, like they sing for the Holy Virgin, and they go all around the river during all that time. And it's really beautiful.
Yo, Andrea, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Now, can you answer this question for me? Because I always want to know this, and I think other viewers want to know. Do Afro-Colombians have their own language or slang? I don't know about the language part. Maybe, maybe not. But I know that there's some Afro-Colombian slang that you can definitely teach me. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
The official language, Colombia, is Spanish. But there is this group of people located on the Atlantic region in Colombia that speaks their own language. They are the people that live in San Basilio de Palenque. It's like an isolated city in that region where these Afro-Colombians, is still having their own language. It's a mixture between Spanish, African language, which is Bantu, Portuguese, and French. They still having this type of language nowadays. Of course, they speak Spanish too, but pretty much between them, they always speak in their own language. About slangs, I can say that a lot of Afro-Colombians refer to the word euphoria as corrinche, and it's a word that pretty much we Afro-Colombians use always, like, oh, corrinche. It means like, yeah, euphoria, like when you're so happy and so excited about something. And yeah, we are the only ones that use it. Pretty much all the other people, they don't use it as much as us.
I knew there was something, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I'll just give you a little bit of mine. Yo, what's good? What it do? What it is, you know what I'm saying? What that do? You know, these are all different African-American slangs from different regions all over America, right? There's all kind of slangs. You can say like what it is, or what else is it? Yo, or wardy, right? From Louisiana, or, you know, fool from West Coast, or you can say all kind of stuff, boppers. There's all kind of slang around the African-American culture, depending on what region you go is, you know, how people will say things. But also there's gotta be language through the food, right? So could you tell me a little bit about Afro-Colombian food?
I can talk about two of my favorite snacks for an Afro-Colombian traditions in food. The first one is called cocadas. Is like a snack made out of coconut. So you get the strips of coconut and you boil them with brown sugar, which is gonna be the caramel, and you add cinnamon, clovers, and sometimes vanilla if you want, like some spices, and you let it dry. You mix all that, you let it dry, and it becomes really crispy and chewy. It's delicious. It's really popular in all around my city. Everybody knows them, everybody likes them, everybody eat it. The second one is another snack named cabello de ángel. This one is literally translated to angel's hair. It's made out of papaya. You use the papaya when it's not ready, when it's green. The papaya, when it's not ready, tends to be really hard. So you're gonna cut it on strips too. You're gonna put brown sugar, you're gonna boil all these, add cinnamon, clover, and some other species, and proceed to do the same thing. Like mix everything, let it dry, and becomes chewy too. You can eat it with crackers, with bread, alone, however you want. It's really delicious, and it's not as popular as the cocadas, but my grandma, she normally does it every Christmas time, or like that time of the year, like at the end of the year, she likes to do it. So it's something that is really delicious.
Yo, now you're making me hungry, Andrea, so you're gonna have to cook something. I'm gonna have to cook African-American food for you as well, and I wanna try those. I would like to try those with your family one day when we go back to Colombia. It would be dope to try those, right? So let me ask you a question. It always, or maybe it's not like this sometimes, but when you go to a new country, it's very, very new for a lot of people, the culture, right? The way people talk, what's the norm or the normality, things that people do, or what's the norms from your country to their country, their country back to your country. So what was like some of the struggles you had, and what was the culture shocks when you came to America?
So when I moved here, first things I noticed was the attitude of the people. I come from a city and from a country where everybody is really friendly, is always talking to you and smiling and stuff. I'm not wanna be offensive to no one, but I found out that Americans in general are pretty serious people. Like, they don't talk to you that much, they don't smile. Like if you ask them something, sometimes they don't going to tell you nothing, or they look at you weird. So that was something that I found really shocking for me, because I'm a really outgoing person and I'm always like smiling or talking or this and that, asking things, and then people is like no. So that was the first thing. The second thing I noticed was the car culture. In Colombia, we pretty much go to do whatever we need to do outside, and we take taxis, or we have a motorcycle, or we take the bus. Here, you all guys pretty much own a car, and it's really common to see everybody or teenagers having their own car, which in Colombia doesn't happen, because owning a car in Colombia is pretty expensive. And that was another thing that I noticed, like how it's different in that way. Like people here always can do everything they want and go outside in their own car without taking a bus. But a lot of people in Colombia, maybe 50% of people, we all have to do everything, taking the bus or taking a taxi.
I agree. I think we all have that. If I went to a different country, even if I studied it, it's still different from actually living there and going there. So you have to adapt to things or learn things, or, just work your way through it. So let me also ask you, what do you want to see Afro-Colombians do? What do you want to see Afro-Colombians achieve in the future, present day or in the future?
I would like to see Afro-Colombians achieve more success. And they need to wake up. They need to start knowing that there's a lot of problems going on inside the community. We are forget by the government. We are having a lot of problems. Our children doesn't have good education, health insurance, clear water. Something like as basis as water, we don't have it. So we need to start fighting for our rights. I would like them to see trying harder and getting into the politics too. Like we don't have representation on the government, so we need to start putting our people there so our people can fight for us too. I would like to see them embrace more their heritage, embrace more the African heritage that have been given to them, and know that nothing is impossible. We all can do everything that we dream, and all our goals are always going to be there if we work for them. And pretty much it would be good to see all these cities in Colombia that have a lot of African people in social poverty and social misery to get out of that and start, reinventing themselves.
I see. I definitely have things that I want African Americans to do, and all people of African descent, but, talking about my ethnicity, African Americans to do as well. So I definitely appreciate you sharing that with us. Now, let me ask you my next question. And my next question is what do you love about your African heritage? Because I know a lot of Afro-Colombians are very proud for being of African heritage, and they really respect their culture and their lineage. So what do you love about being of African heritage?
What I love about my African heritage and African people is oh my God, that we are so diverse. We are all so different. You can see the world, the entire world in our eyes, in our skin, in our hair, in everything. I love my skin. I love my hair. I love how I can do everything with it. I love the rhythm that has been given to us. I love the music, jazz, hip hop, everything that you can imagine that we have been being pioneers and creating them. I'm so proud of being an Afro-Colombian too, because it is a lot of traditions, it's a lot of different things going on. It's being a different person in a country with a lot of different other people, you know. So we are a multicultural country, and being part of like a different type of like background is something that you always should be proud, and I'm proud of that. And I love that we are so kind people, always happy, we are always so open-minded, we are always willing to help. And I think that's the most beautiful thing that Afro people has nowadays. Like, it's people that you can always trust, that you can always have fun with, and you can count with them.
I'm loving it. So let me ask you this last question. We're going to wrap it up, guys. But let me ask you this last question, since I'm interviewing you. So famous, right? And I'm interviewing you. But let me ask you this last question. What do you want to say to all the people around the world and all the people of African descent around the world? What would you like to say? You can say as much as you want, but tell the world right now, people of African descent especially, what you would like them to know before you leave.
Okay, so I have a message for all the Afro-descendant people around the world. And my message is, do not give up. Be proud of who you are. Love yourself. You are beautiful. My black girls, you all are so beautiful. Stop putting yourself down. You can do anything that you want to do, that you dream. You know, start knowing about your history, about your background, about your heritage. You know, it's good to always know where you come from and what exactly you are. You know, that's nothing that you should be ignoring. You should be knowing that. Start achieving more of your goals. Put goals in your life. You know, achieve success, and try harder. Don't let no one tell you that you are not capable to do something, because you are. We all are. And black people is people that is strong. We have a lot of strong. We went through all this craziness and the slavery and everything, and now we're here. So if we went through all that and we succeed, we can still do more. So do not give up. Keep trying. Work hard and love yourself.
Yo, I'm loving it, Andrea. We're gonna definitely have to get together and combine African American, Afro Colombian culture and party. You know how we do, you know, and break off knowledge and exchange cultures. This YouTube channel is about exchanging cultures in ethnic groups and states and countries and kingdoms and empires, and learning about each other and to, you know more about each other before you interact with each other, so you might not make any accusations or any false ideologies, and you can never say that you don't know. And so from a African American to Afro Colombian, yo, that's the connection. The African connection is what connects us, right? And today I want to appreciate Andrea. She also, which I didn't mention, has a dope YouTube channel that we're actually going to be showcasing on YouTube or on African Network, but her YouTube channel, I'm going to have it down in the link so you can check her out. She draws. Anytime you guys want any African drawings, anime, anything like that, you call her or you message her, you email her, whichever she wants to, whichever way she wants her contact to work, you know, as far as you guys. And she's a dope artist, so you guys will love her. You guys can get into contact with her and she can draw anything for you. And yeah, yo, guys, go buy some art from her, because I'm buying some art from her pretty soon. I'm actually might have her draw me, to be honest with you. But yo, as always, guys, to all my Afro Colombians, yo, peace. It was very nice talking to you guys, and obviously you can see Andrea, we're taking good care of her, so you don't have to worry about that. And until next time, guys, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, African Network, and always connect, yo. All African people around the world always connect together. And next time, we will be talking about more African history, or more Black Afro history around the world. And each one teach one. And yo, until next time, I'm out. Peace.
What's up?
Hey.
Shalom.
What up?
Hi.
African.